the Solar Energy Association and a part of the Sustainable Economic Development Initiative. And I'm going to give a very brief sustainable systems overview because that's my background. We also have Richard Barna, who's the Director of Green Building and Building Sciences for Piper Viner Homes. And he's going to talk about green sustainable practices and taking a systemic approach to things and make the economic case for green. And that's what you want to hear, I bet. Robert Castle-Gay is an architect, and he's going to talk about natural building materials. And that's always great. I heard one guy say when he walked into a straw bale house, it was like walking into a hug. That kind of home. So. This guy isn't coming up after Robert. He's coming up last, but my slides are in the wrong order. So Richard Michael is with Adolphson Peterson, which is a huge company, and he's going to talk also about returns on investment for sustainable systems. And the third will be Charlie Goman, who is paid by you. He's part of the Arizona Department of Commerce, and he's going to talk about the three main issues for ensuring performance in your existing homes and in any kind of new construction. So I'll go very quickly on mine because I want to hear what these guys have to say too. Okay, a home is a system. And what is a system? It's a bunch of interrelated parts that when they're all working well together, they're greater than the sum of its parts. So, I mean, if you take a look at a light rail transit vehicle and you take it apart and lay it out on the road, it's just a bunch of very interesting parts. Once you put it all together, it's a way to get around very economically. Well, that's what a system is. And your home is a system like that. And if it's working correctly, all the various systems work together to add value and comfort, convenience to your home. So when you think of your home, think of it as a system. Think of it as a system very similar to your body. That one system, like your coronary system, helps your nervous system, and your nervous system helps your coronary system. Each one of them relates to each other. The problem you face when doing that is when you work with your contractors, each one of them does a separate job, and they rarely talk to each other. So when you think about a more sustainable building process, start to think systemically. What does my home do? How does the siding and the physical attributes of my home add to the value of my home, reduce maybe the need for my heating, ventilating, and air conditioning system? How does that relate to my plumbing system or my electrical system? What are those relationships? And you may end up having to educate your contractors a little bit on that. They don't usually think that way. Here's another aspect of systems thinking. This is a model that I use. My background is I do a lot of work with big businesses on how to become more sustainable. And so this little diagram here is a kind of a thought model. It's not a real one, it's a thought model. It's the idea that when you think about being more sustainable, you need to think about, as they say, the triple bottom line, the three aspects of sustainability. It's three interlocking systems. We don't think of them as interlocking. We often separate them when we talk about them or think about them. But in reality, they are interlocking and interdependent. Economy, community, and the natural environment. And your building or your home needs that interface, and you need to think about that regarding these kinds of systems as well. Your home, how many people here are interested in commercial or industrial building? Are you all residential? We've got one commercial, industrial, two. Rest are residential, primarily? Okay. So if I use the word home, you'll also, well, I'll do both. If you think about your home, think about how your home helps you interface with your community. How does it connect you to where you live? Your home basically is your direct interface, just like your clothes are, to the natural environment around you, it protects you in some ways from the natural environment. And if you handle your home correctly, your home also gains value from the natural environment, so that the natural environment helps how you live within your home. What we tend to do often when we build a home or a business is we come in, we clear out the natural environment as best we can, we create a place to put this thing, and then we add pieces of the natural environment back into it for aesthetics. However, if you take a look at your site and think about how can I situate my home in that site so that I gain value from the natural rains that fall and the natural sun that falls on the home, the natural wind currents, etc., that impacts how the rest of your home works. So think about that. Think about the economic connections. How does your home connect you to your place of business? How does your home connect to your material assets? Is it going to be a big drain on your material assets? Or is it going to help you live more simply and more economically? So these are things to think about when you think about systems. Your interface between the natural environment, community, and think about the systems within your home, how they interrelate to each other, and how they facilitate how you do your life and how you do your work. Okay, that's enough for me. Richard is up. Yeah, just push that one there. Those arrows right above the railroad. Yeah, I think there's a pointer on this too, right? Yeah, right here, the little red thing. Red is the pointer. Red is the pointer. Not that one, the next one. What happened there? There, that one. Okay, good. And that's the pointer, and then there's the right arrow. Yeah.
Okay. I work with Pepper Viner Homes as Director of Green Building and Building Science. It's pretty unique to have a production home builder have a Director of Green Building and Building Science. It's something that in this town there isn't another one. It's something that happened because about 3 years ago we decided to go a different direction. And it's a very simple direction. It's not. It started with the word quality. We wanted to define quality and build a better home, and we challenged ourselves to see what really would be something that would be better. And it wasn't just spending more money. It wasn't putting in granite countertops, even though a lot of our houses will have a granite countertop. Those weren't the things that separated one house from another, because anybody can always spend more and put more fancy frills in, but that wouldn't be the quality. So that's one side of my reason for speaking. The other reason is I'm the chairman of the Southern Arizona Home Builders Green Building Council, and so I have a vested interest in promoting green building from that side. I want to keep this really, really simple, because the green building world right now is very complicated and confusing. And we struggle as a builder who is going in that direction, trying to separate the clutter that's out there about green. And really, what it comes down to is it's a very scientific thing. As we move forward, there's impacts that a house has. They're huge impacts, and they can be negative. You know, we can use way too much energy in a home. Energy is a problem right now. It would be great if we could reduce our energy use and take the pressure off the energy grid so that we don't have to build more power plants. Power plants also pollute. So pollution goes into the air. Material usage. There's a lot of homes that have been built and more will be built. And there's a lot of materials that have been wasted along the way. So those are negative impacts. Economic drain.